Hey guys, this is Andrew with Boston Pro Scooter. Today I'm going to be showing you how to change the display on either the Fluid Mosquito or any of the Uscooters. Essentially any of the ETWOW scooters. They're either sold as the Mosquito by Fluid or the GT Sport by Uscooter, the Booster 5 by Uscooter as well. Now I'll show you kind of what I've done so far. Not much to it. Whoops, dropped that. So in the beginning, when we first got the scooter, it was basically just closed up like this. The lights on the front with this compartment, just like that. And all I had to do was remove a screw from here, a screw from here, and a screw from here, and a screw from here. So that's these 4 screws. Once you took off these 4 screws, these plastic components just came apart, and I was left with the display like this. Now you can see the display is shattered, so that's why this has to be changed out, and so that's what we're gonna do. I have my new display here. Now this is a 48 volt display to go with the Mosquito, so always make sure that you have the correct that you bought the correct display. So if it's a Mosquito or if it's a GT Sport, those are the 48 volts. If it's a Booster 5, that's a 36 volt. Now it's pretty simple. You just have to unplug everything off of one and plug it into the one you're replacing it with. So I could create a diagram, or I could kind of just take a picture, or mentally just do one at a time. So I'm gonna go ahead and just do one at a time here. So right now all I'm doing is going from pin to pin, and basically just one at a time, moving it from the old one to the new one. You want to make sure that when you're grabbing the pins, don't pull the wires like I almost did, but make sure you're grabbing straight at the adapters, and they kind of just wiggle off. There's these little clips that you can use to make it a little bit easier. It's a little tedious, but not the end of the world. Last but not least, and even though this one's broken, the screen, it still works, so I'll probably just hold on to it for diagnostic purposes if any other scooter comes in that needs a quick diagnosis. Some of these lights look like they need to be straightened out. So now everything is plugged in. What I'm gonna do, and you should always do this before you actually put it in place, you want to do a dry run just to make sure that it's working fine before you put the pieces back together. Here's the power button. It's the one all the way on the right. So I'm going to turn on the power button. There, the power button turns, and I'm going to just test the throttle real quick. It might be the brake. So something's off because it's not going. It seems like the brake is engaged. I'm not sure why the brake is engaged. everything is lined up right, because these all have flat surfaces here. It's very, something's off. Why is, maybe it needs, I think what it is that the sensors have to be in place, and so I think the brakes actually sense these sensors moving, and so if you put the sensors in during your dry run, then I think it'll read, yeah, so when I put the sensors in, the brake light is no longer on, and so now when I do a dry run, the motor works fine. Yeah, so that was the key there, that this has to be, these they're probably magnetic or something. They need to be plugged, they need to be in position, or else the scooter is going to think that the brake is engaged and not let the motor run. This looks like it slips kind of in there, out of the way, and now I could just position everything back. A lot of delicate pieces. But now this goes over, and the lights. To get it to fit, and it does. Now once again, the key is going to be to make sure the sensor is in place, so I'm just looking on both sides. I want to make sure that those sensors are properly in place. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to, so I got the light in, I'm going to put the sensors in place first, because I don't want any surprises. I don't want to install it only to find that they're not correctly positioned. So let me do that. So they're there on both sides. This is positioned fine. Just making a quick look around, making sure that the wires aren't in the way, or I can see my display is up against the screw holes. Let's grab the case. And let's go ahead and put it all back together. Oh, I see. So I should have put these little guys first, and that's what holds the display. From moving around. And that would have fixed my earlier dilemma. So now I can come in with these longer screws. The other side. Hopefully the long screws are at from the top, not the bottom. Otherwise we might have to switch them. Let's try the bottom ones. Notice I'm using a smaller screwdriver. This is a P1 as opposed to the P2s. Actually, this is a P0. I always get my screwdriver sizes mixed up, so don't quote me on which one it is. But I know it's the smaller one. I can eyeball the shape. That's all I need. Just making sure it's nice and snug. That's good there. Tighten the top so that the slight fixture stays in place. Now for the final dry fit. Turn it on. The brake's not engaged. That means the sensors are in the right place. And the scooter goes. That is a complete display exchange on basically either the Fluid Mosquito or the Uscooter Booster 5 for the GT Sport, or any of the older ETWOW models. Thanks for watching. If you benefited from this video, give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, throw them in the comments below, or comments, put them in the comments below, and I'll go ahead and respond when I can. And as always, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next video.